Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're back out at the range, and today we've got an AR pistol chambered in 7.62 by 39. So today what we're going to do is just shoot it a little bit. We'll put it on the table, give you guys a closer look, and go over some of the features. So let's get to it. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this little thing can do. Alright, so one little issue that I am running into, and I don't know if it's magazine related or what, but I know with these 7.62 by 39 ARs, normally the guns are good to go, but it's hard finding magazines that will work right. Right now I've got 20 rounds of, I think it's Silver Bear, I think is what it is, loaded up in the magazine. You go to insert it, drop the bolt. I don't know how well you can see that. I don't know if I can get that shadow off there or not. But it does not want to chamber. So I'm sure that's probably ammo related. We'll stick it back in. Now it's got 19 rounds. And it still doesn't want to chamber. Now there was a couple times that I just had 10 rounds left from a box. I put 10 rounds in it and I wasn't having any issues with it, but it seems like if I'm in that 20 range, if I put a full box of 20 in, it doesn't want to chamber around. And it's no matter if I use the charging handle or if I use the bolt release. It just does not want to chamber. And everything is very well oiled up. I put Slip 2000 grease on it before I came out, so it's not like it's dry or anything. It's just not wanting to load. Alright, we'll try 18 rounds. We'll see if just any of it. And even on 18 rounds, it just does not want to doesn't want to chamber around. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so now I've got both mags. I took 10 out and I put 10 in both magazines. Now we'll see if this runs a little bit better like it has been today. As you can see, chambers around. We'll go ahead and we'll shoot this 10 and then we'll just put the other magazine in, see if it chambers, and see how it goes. Chambered all 10. It did lock back. Next 10 chambered. And as you can see, lock back, not a problem. So it seems like if you put 20 rounds in the magazine, it doesn't want to load, but if you download it to at least 10 to 12 or so, it works without a problem. So I'm assuming that's a magazine issue, not a gun issue. So maybe try some different magazines, I guess. These magazines are ASC. I don't know if you can see that or not. These are ASC magazines. These are the only magazines that I got out here today, so might try some different magazines to see if we have better luck with it. All right, so now let's take a closer look at this little AR pistol here. Now, it is built off of an Anderson manufacturing lower, their AM-15 lower, and a hardened arms upper. Now, I don't have a whole lot of experience with either one of these companies personally. I have seen a lot of people using the Anderson lowers for their builds with pretty good success. But the hardened arms upper, I really haven't even seen a whole lot of people talking about these. I did see a couple reviews online, and the people who were using them seemed to be happy with them. They weren't talking about any issues they were having, so I guess it's a solid upper from the little bit that I've read about it. Now, I do have my Aimpoint Pro mounted on here. That I took it off my MCX to come out here and do some shooting with it, because as you can see, there's no iron sights or anything on it, so I just threw that on to be able to come out here and shoot it. Now, the lower is built just with your standard parts kit, no ambi controls, nothing special, just plain Jane parts kit here for the lower. The magazines that I've got for it, they are ASC. I don't know how well you can see that. ASC magazines, and they're based out of New Britain, Connecticut. So these are the mags I'm using. I have had 2 of these out here today. They're working okay, I guess, if you don't load them past 15 rounds. Load them anything past that, it doesn't seem to want to function in the gun, but if you put 10, 12 rounds in it, it seems to work, so that's kind of a bummer there. For the receiver extension, it does have this little foam piece on it, makes it a little more comfortable when you're out here shooting it, because the 7.62 by 39 definitely does jump around quite a bit, especially in this little AR package. So it does make it a little more comfortable on your cheek, but I will tell you, if you have a beard, it does seem to want to pull on it, so if you have a beard, be careful, it is going to yank on that. Just running your standard charging handle. Nothing special there. We do have an AFG here on the front, and being that it is a pistol, you can run the AFGs on the front, but you can't run any types of standard vertical grips. You're not allowed to do that, but you can run these AFGs if you want, and it does help when you're out shooting this thing with being this little package with the 7.62 by 39. It does jump around quite a bit, so that AFG there on the front just helps you control it a little bit. But let's go ahead and break it down and take a look at the internals. And you can see that it's pretty standard AR-15 looking stuff. Here is your bolt carrier group, standard AR-15, but here is going to be the difference right here on the end. It's your standard 5.56 AR-15 bolt, but as you can see, it's been wallered out there in the center to be able to grab a hold of that 7.62 by 39 case. So that's another weak point that people say about these these ARs that have been converted to 300 blackout, or the 7.62 by 39. When they machine these out to be able to accept those cases, the outside edge gets really, really thin. So some people say, after a lot of rounds, that can end up being a weak point and breaking. But I don't know. I guess only time will tell on that. So pretty standard stuff on the inside. Nothing too different there other than the end of that bolt. And so let me put this back in real quick, and we'll take a look at a couple other things. Back here on the front, I am running just a standard birdcage flash hider type muzzle brake there on the end. It does have a quad rail here on the front. Now, there is no name on this quad rail, so I guess I'm really not sure exactly who makes this little quad rail here on the front. It does have UTG rail covers on it, but there is no name on the actual quad rail itself, so I'm not real sure who makes that. So there's a closer look at this little 7.5 inch AR pistol and some of its features. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this quick little range trip and quick look at this 7.62 by 39 AR-15 pistol. Now, overall, this was a lot of fun to come out here and shoot this because I've actually never shot an AR-15 pistol before, so it was a pretty fun experience for me to actually get out here and try one. Now, being that it was 7.62 by 39, you know, before I even came out with it, you know, I knew that there was a possibility that I would run into some issues, just based off everything else that I've seen on these little pistols, or even, you know, 7.62 by 39 ARs in general. It seems they're always hit or miss when it comes to mainly the magazines. Now, I'm sure that there's probably not any issues with this gun. You know, I'm 99% sure it's probably magazine related. You know, like I said, I'm running these ASC magazines. I've got 2 of them. I don't have any other brands of magazines out here, so I wasn't able to try, you know, different brands to see which ones worked better than the others. I only have these, and they just didn't seem to want to run if you put more than 12 or 13 rounds in it. You know, as I showed you, I had 20 in it. It didn't want to chamber no matter what I did. Downloaded it by a couple, still didn't want to load. But from 10 to 12 or so, it did seem like it ran flawless, you know, no feeding issues whatsoever, and worked good. So that was kind of a, you know, a bummer, kind of a downfall. You know, you're not able to load these 30-round magazines past, you know, half capacity. But overall, it was a pretty fun experience, and I really hope you guys enjoyed coming out and taking a look at this AR-15 pistol with me. But if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.